The Jenn Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life, is an inspirational hour that'll take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jenn Royster is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Imagine having the ability to use your innate positive energy to dissolve the stuckness in your life, whether it's emotional, physical, or spiritual, through this incredible dynamic show. Get ready to be transformed from Dr. Jenn's live guided healing meditations and intuitive readings, and unveil the power of connecting to spirit, the angels, and your higher self. Dr. Jenn is passionate about helping you find the answers you're looking for through an inward journey that'll strengthen your connection to spirit and help you trust your intuition. Now, here's your host, Dr. Jenn Royster.
Hello everyone, welcome to the show. Good to be back with you today, and I have a lot to share with you because we are in a new transition into a new season, and it means a lot of different things. Yes, we're into fall here in the northern hemisphere, and you might be moving into spring in the southern hemisphere, but it's still a shift, it's a change. Earth is naturally shifting, releasing, moving on, and we are now moving into Libra energy, and Libra is interesting, and some people feel that Libra is kind of tough. There's a lot lining up because of this year being such an amazing transformative year. I wanted to spend some time on what all of this season means now, because we have this super new moon in Libra coming on the 28th of September. It's very close to the equinox that, we really just went into the equinox, but it's really close to it. And we have Charon, which is the wounded healer, kind of active right now, and a couple of things with Saturn, and different energies are out there kind of playing all together in this. So there's a lot of karmic healing going on, things coming up maybe unexpected, emotions. We're feeling some things and we're thinking, are we gonna be okay? And why is all this doing this? Yes, there's a lot of clearing out going on. Whether you intended it or not, there's a lot of clearing up going on for a lot of us. Everybody's on a different path, but we're going to talk about that today because really there's a lot of uplifting news in this. And I was tapping in and asking angels for guidance to share with you today, because sometimes we're nervous about our karmic things, and some of this is past life, some of this is this life, and we're balancing. Libra's all about balancing. If you look at the icon or the image that is represented by Libra, it's balancing the scales. And it's balancing the scales in a lot of different ways. Well, there's an angel that's all about that too, and that's Archangel Raguel. And so that's a very good angel to work with in Libra energy. So I wanted to address that and tell you a little bit about that one as well. But really, honestly, guys, this is a very good time. This is a very positive thing we're all going through, even though it feels like a lot of work. Think about it. You have this closet that you avoid because you know it needs cleaning out. And then when you or let's even go bigger than that. This feels bigger. This is like a big garage. Go clean the garage out. It's a full job. You got to pull everything out. And then you're finding all the little stuff that's got to get cleaned out. And you got to clean it up. You go, oh my gosh, I had no idea this was in here. And then you're purging, you're decluttering, and it's sometimes a day or two job. It's a big job, and you avoid it like the plague because once you get in there, it's a big one. That's kind of what this feels like, honestly. This feels like that. But what feels good after you're done? That garage feels good now. It's all cleaned up. It's organized. I know where stuff is. Maybe. Have you ever cleaned up so much that then you can't figure out where it was because you had this pile that you would always go to? I know some of you do that. Well, I've done that too when I'm busy, but then I have to get that pile put together, It has to have a place. So when we organize and we clean up our lives like that, we are clearing out the energy that's causing the chaos and confusion and the scattered feelings and things like that. That's why it's, a good thing to do. And if you're having trouble on the inside spiritually, like you can't focus, you can't stay grounded, then go do a physical activity like organize a closet or straighten up or look around you. You would be surprised. You'd probably find some chaos in your living environment, your car, something like that. And if you see that, just start there. You'll be surprised how it can work in the other direction. So that's just a little tip if you didn't know about that. But this is angel guidance today on the Libra super moon coming. Next Thursday, we'll talk about October's energy. But I wanted to spend more of the time today on this super moon because it's a big deal. We have a lot we can release, let go of. This particular moon brings healing, transformation, change, okay? Big change, manifesting opportunities. Yay, manifesting opportunities. And supermoons, if you're not familiar with it, when you look at it from an astrology point of view, supermoons have a stronger effect than a regular new moon or full moon. This is a super new moon. So what are new moons? They're all about the beginning. This month in particular with the Libra moon, Libra is the 7th sign, and that's a 7 number in numerology, and 7 is a very spiritual number. I know. And then you have your equinox. You have the shift of seasons. And we kind of go through a bit of what some people call a thinning of the veil, where we can connect with other dimensions a little bit more. You'll see that in different aspects because we're talking all about a metaphysical approach here. But manifesting energy is strong with this moon too. So, hey, what do you want to create? We have 3 months pretty much left in 2019. And it's a really good time to ask yourself, what do I want to accomplish before we hit 2020? What do I want to identify with in 2019 that this is what I accomplished in 2019? You want to ask yourself that now because this energy can help us do that. So it's a really good energy to work with. It's not scary. It can be challenging. I'm not going to kid you. It can be challenging, but it's very rewarding if we allow ourselves to learn and grow from it and to release those things that we just don't need there anymore. This is also a moon that will focus a little bit more on your relationships with different people, different groups, different associations, including the relationship with yourself. I know. This will address that a little bit more. Like, for example, relationships. Is there a better way to improve? Is there something that I could do to improve in this relationship? Is there something I could do better at? Because it's really, we've got to stop focusing on what somebody else should be doing because that's up to them. We want to focus on what we could be bringing to the table to make things better. And it's not to say that you have to do it all. And there's your clue right there with relationships. If you are doing it all, if it's that draining, why are you still in it? I mean, this is for you to decide. This is for you to ask yourself. These are the things Libra can help with and really bring some clarity to. Yeah. I mean, sometimes we're like, oh, wow, that's going to be hard to cut or let go of. Or maybe I need to look at this differently. Maybe you don't need to disconnect. Maybe you just need to look at it differently. Maybe we need to respect that somebody else is just always going to have a different perspective. Maybe it aligns with you, maybe it does not. But these are things that some will have to let go of. Some we could do some improving on. Some, they're fantastic. What is lifting you? What is pulling you down? Where is the weight? Is it coming from something you have put on yourself? So this Libra moon is going to take us a little deeper. There's a lot of potential for spiritual growth and healing here. A lot. I mean, Here's one of the examples. We had an email, and I'm going to go ahead and quickly answer this right now. This comes from one of the Angel Retreat members. Marilyn writes, "Hi, Dr. Jenn, I've missed you. Thank you so much for your support. Love the vibe of the spiritual guidance. She hasn't been to live shows in a while because she's always working, because she watches the show after work. But she's been feeling low and high energies, and she's wondering what's going on." Very good example. I'm bringing that up now because a lot of us feel like we're just going up, we're down, we're happy, we're sad. We've got physical symptoms. We've got, are we getting a cold or not? How many people feel like they're coming down with something, but then they never actually do? They just feel, that feeling right before, then it just goes away. Sometimes, and I'm not trying to cross the boundary into anything physically going on with you, so that's something for you to take responsibility and make sure you check out if you need medical assistance. But I'm talking about those things that just aren't adding up. It's like, that makes absolutely no sense. I'm perfectly fine, but I feel congested, or where is this coming from? Honestly, you can rule things out. Energy healing does not interfere. From what I know, and I've never seen it, energy healing, energy clearing energy, bringing that vibrational frequency up is not going to interfere with anything medically. If anything, it can help make the environment better for you to self-heal, for your body to kick in and give it an opportunity. So whenever I have something going on, I just go, I'm not sure if I caught something from somebody. I'm not sure. It's been happening a lot where you feel like, whoa, and then it's gone. Every time I do energy work, I do self-healing. I allow and respect and honor and listen to my body about, okay, what do you got going on? And it goes like it came, like out of nowhere. And so then I know, okay, all right, that was energy that obviously I had some debris there. Working with people, that's going to happen sometimes with someone empathic, and I am. And I can do everything in the world to make sure I'm clear, and then sometimes something just is there. And I have to make sure that I'm acknowledging that I'm a human being. I'm a spiritual person living in this human experience too, just like you are. And I have to make sure I'm okay too. So I'm not trying to say it's perfect for all of us. We have to pay attention too. So if I'm super busy and I'm all caught up helping somebody else, sometimes that can trip me up too. And I have to stop and I go, you know what? You didn't clear all that. You were helping and it felt good, but you kept some of it. And I realized, oh, you did it again. So I just don't get mad. I just go, oh, nope, stop, clear it. As soon as I clear it, everything's gone. I recommend you address that and look at that in your own life, because sometimes it simply is energy. Sometimes no. Sometimes if the energy goes unchecked for a very long period of time, it can manifest into something a little bit more physically, or yes, the immune system just couldn't handle it. Yes, we got the cold. Yes, we got the flu, whatever. You have to gauge and see where you are, and you have to check all points. Physically, if there's something going on, you got to take care of it. It's already happened physically. I'm talking about heading it off at the root cause before it even goes there. And I've been experimenting with this for years, and it works every time if I catch it. When I catch it and I realize, oh, there it is, we go there. So we're talking about this Libra super moon. There's a lot of healing and releasing with this moon. And I was bringing all of that up because you have to pay attention that there's a lot of spiritual awakening signs and symptoms going on right now that you might be feeling. You could emotionally be feeling it, physically feeling it, all of the above, mentally feeling it, feeling like your regular circles just don't work for you anymore and you don't know what you want. This is that relationship sorting out that Libra's all about. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I'm going to start diving into this. I'm going to answer Marilyn's question. I brought it up and was questioning that, but I was also answering it. But I will finish that when I come back. I haven't forgot. So anyway, this there's a lot to share with you, and I'm really looking forward to it. So Libra supermoon, angel guidance for that. What's going on? Why are we feeling all that we are? That's what we're talking about. I'm Dr. Jenn. You're listening to the Jenn Royster Show. We will be right back after the break.
Tune in to the Jenn Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life. This amazing show is an inspirational hour that will take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jenn is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Call in for intuitive readings and visit jennroyster.com for more information.
Welcome back to the show. All right, I'm going to wrap up. I was starting to answer that question that Marilyn wrote in, and she wants to know if she doesn't understand why she's feeling the highs and lows and what's going on with her. She wants to know if she's understanding, if the angels are trying to tell her something. Here it is in a nutshell. Yes, you're feeling up and down. You're very connected to the energy fluxes that are happening right now. What it's doing is it's sorting out where your highs and lows are. You're clarifying where your highs and lows are. Your guardian angel has been very close by the way. That's what I'm picking up. And you are just fine, because when we go, it's not always about feeling perfectly happy all the time. We don't realize and have gratitude sometimes for the wonderful things in our life unless we have a low sometimes. I'm not saying we want to have them, but it isn't really realistic to think you're going to be happy 24/7 every day of the week, right? So it's just that the highs and lows show us the different sensitivities we may have toward things, or where things can play in and have healing. If you're feeling it a lot more right now, I'm getting ready to explain why. So really this entire show is going to answer her question, and probably what a lot of you have been feeling. So I wanted to tell you that. I want to address and say hello. I see you guys showing up over in the YouTube chat. So hello to Jules, Kelly, Shadana, The Journey to Becoming Me, Judy, Paula, and David. Hello and welcome to everyone. It looks like Jules has already been purging and cleaning up. Good for you. Way to go. And you know, on the thing, I noticed you said you've got some clothing to purge. If possible, see if you can bring some, after you finish the purging, look and evaluate. This is what I was picking up for you. Look and evaluate what you could bring in new and different, maybe a different style or something you don't usually do. I just feel like something different for you in clothing or what you wear. I don't know, shoes, something, just something. Feels like it would just feel good to have a change. I just feel that for you. But don't wait till you purge the rest of it and then look at that. That just popped in out of the blue. You didn't ask me that. I apologize if you didn't want to know that. But somebody wants something new in there. So just look at it later. I thought that was kind of interesting. It doesn't usually pop in like that. Now let's talk about this moon. Okay, now Archangel Raguel. Remember I said Archangel Raguel. He is the angel known as the balancing, the justice angel, balancing the scales. Libra is also about that. Good angel to work with. Raguel is very good to bring in a situation with relationships, which a lot of focus is happening with relationships with this energy coming in. He can bring harmonious solutions to conflict. And when it's a very good angel to work with, you know, if you have a relationship that you're struggling with, things are just not sorting out, ask this angel to help you find a way to balance and harmonize, you know, with this. See what you can do with it. And sometimes it may just clarify that it needs to, you know, everybody needs to go their own way. But a lot of times, no, not necessarily. Maybe you just need to find a way to work harmoniously together and find a solution that works for both sides. That's what this angel's good for, and I wanted to bring that up. Now this moon, like I said, it's a super moon coming. It's coming on the 28th of September in Libra. It's a super moon, so you'll feel it a little bit more strongly. It's also falling on the same day that Saturn is aligning directly. Now this is going to sound like, if you don't follow astrology, you're like, what are you talking about? But listen to this, because this is kind of interesting to me, and this really stuck out. It's falling on the same day that Saturn goes direct. Saturn is kind of a stern teacher, you know, get with the program, let's go, let's do this. And it's right over a south node, okay, which is kind of known as a soul healing asteroid or something like that. But it's also, when it comes about the soul, the south node is also known for being about the past life, karma. I know. So this one, that's going really deep into that. But so if you've got some interesting dreams or some very strange recalls coming up, whoa, you know, like this is a lot of aligning. And when I was looking at, it reminded me when I saw this, I go, well, that sounds like the Hurricane Central, because I'm obviously over here on the East Coast, I have to watch that still through like till November. We have to be ready at all times. There's like three and they're intersecting and going all over, you know, crossing each other's path, and you know, there's tropical storms and disturbances, and they're all staying out in the middle of the Atlantic. Looks like pretty much we're going to be spared some of that, but I just thought, whoa, that looks like this astrology report, you know, where everything's over top of each other like that. The other thing is Charon. Charon's always about the wounded healer. It's a very spiritual, those wounds, those deep wounds. A shaman is known, a lot of times shamans are related to as the wounded healer, because they understand and can help another because they have been there. They have found a way through it. Charon, in that particular alignment is all about that. It's really bringing a lot of these different aspects in here, okay, to balance. The Libra is like, you need to balance all this out. And what is one of the biggest things we need to balance? Our physical life here on earth, which we're just a soul, a spiritual being living this physical life for a little bit, right? But not forgetting that spiritual side of us. Or if you stay in the spiritual completely and you're not grounded and you're missing some of the physical of why you're here, then that side needs more balancing. You're like, oh, good grief, more balancing. I know, but it's the truth. That's what, I'm just the messenger, okay? I'm just delivering what I'm seeing here. So I know, I'm going through it too. So if you feel all these unexpected upheavals, challenges, please know there's also a lot of growth potential that come with that. They come with growth potential. They come with you having the opportunity to find a better way to see yourself through it. And I found that like, okay, yeah, this is kind of, and I'm talking deep because you can handle it. If you turn into this show, yeah, that's what we do. We don't just talk, we talk as deep as we can within an hour, but that's what we're doing. We go deeper, and I can answer more questions in the angel retreat. So that, guys, if you're in the angel retreat, if you want to ask something a little further with that, I can answer you all day long in there. So Chiron's very active right now. So your deep, very deep soul wounds might be popping up. They may be coming from more than one lifetime. This new moon's bringing up these things for, wow, okay, so I've got all of this past karmic, which is weird. This is a new moon, got all this past karmic stuff coming up, but it's a new moon and it's a new beginning and it's a super one. Yeah. Basically, this huge wave of energy is coming in. It's going to wash everything away that's like right there. The opportunity to completely clear it out. We're really getting past the part where karmic debt is not going to be this constant thing we're struggling with. It's for a lot of research that I've done, for a lot of things that I'm seeing, it's not really an issue anymore, but it's coming up to go away. Okay, it's kind of like bubbling up to go away. I know, it sounds crazy, right? But it's not. Now, relationships, that's going to be a focus point, whatever, not just personal, not intimate, not romantic. It could be with your family, it could be with work, coworkers, it could be, you know, your neighborhood, it could be how's your relationship with yourself? Do you even avoid listening to the intuition side of you? Is there any kind of balancing that needs to be done where your intuition, which is coming from your soul, higher self, trying to get your attention about something and you're putting it off because you're too busy because you have all these other projects you're doing in the physical world? Or are you staying so much in that spiritual side that you're not tending to the things or the responsibilities? You're just not present in your physical. We want to be present here and now. This is where you want to be, and accepting of how the situation is right now in the moment. You want to be in your present moment physically, spiritually connected. That's the goal. That's when you've got it balanced. And there'll always be some tweaking to do. Okay, you'll always find that, okay, a little bit more over here, a little bit more over here. That's just an ongoing event. It's not like, okay, I fix it and it stays that way forever. It never does that because we're always evolving and growing. We just happen to be in a massive transformative time right now that's moving very quickly to shift us into something very different and very new. I would say focusing and working to keep your frequency up is the way to go. Yep. And that's why I put the angel retreat together, so you had something 24/7. If you wanted to go in and say, hey, I could use a boost, that's when you can do it. I'm just saying that's what I'm doing to give you that, because I'm putting extra hours there. If the relationships are challenging or difficult, you might want to reevaluate. Do I need to stay? Let it go. If you feel like you're fighting an uphill battle, why are you hanging on to something that you might need to just let fall away? These are all choices that you'll need to make for yourself. Now, let me see. There's a few things coming up over in the chat. Let's see what's going on over here. Okay. Oh, you're welcome, Jules. No worries. Yuri is saying, Dr. Jenn, this purging, clearing, releasing, energy healing work feels like an endless process. Yes, I kind of think I just validated that. It is. It will always be. Energy always moves forward. Never dies, never stops. How do we know we are ready for creating, manifesting, attracting something new, like new opportunities? Great question. Wait, he's got something behind that. Let me see. How do we know if we are ready to create something new rather than focus on healing and clearing of programming and energetic gunk? Okay, good question. Honestly, there's a dance. We clear we bring something new in. Then we hit another level of frequency. And then this is the way I've experienced it, and that works best. I've approached it this way quite a bit, and it works. Then I find, okay, I'm ready to bring this into my life now. And then you'll hit another plateau. And then I'm like, okay, I want something. I want to start working on something else to manifest or bring in or go higher frequency. So then you work on some clearing again. And then it'll open the space. And then you can bring something in. So it kind of goes back and forth, just like those scales. A little bit of clearing, then you can bring it in. Then you balance out and you level out and you adjust and acclimate to that frequency. Then you do it again. Bring it up, just like that. That's what I have found to work very well. So it's not like clear everything and then manifest. If you feel that you've cleared quite a bit and done some work with that, you're probably ready to bring something in because you're asking that. If you find that you're getting overwhelmed and it's too much or you're not quite ready to take that on, then that's how you'll know a little bit more clearing. So that's the answer to that, Yuri, and that was a very good point to bring up. Thank you for asking that. Journey to becoming me, I feel like there is all kinds of relationship craziness, like all things hidden, while people pleasing are being thrown into the spotlight, all kinds of emotional stuff going on. Yes. It's almost like you can see the people pleasing easier. How many people are noticing that? It's people pleasing just doesn't seem to work anymore. It doesn't feel natural if you're on a spiritual path of growth. You'll see people still in that mindset. It just isn't working, or you feel like your tolerance is very low for that. That's how you'll know of your spiritual awakening too. One of the main symptoms is you just don't want to be around that anymore. And sometimes you'll feel a frustration or an anger, like, well, I wish they would stop doing that because I don't want to be around that anymore. They're in a different place. We have to accept that they're where they are and we are where we want to be, and it's choosing to just go in that different direction. So that's part of that. That relationship thing, yes, sounds like you have a lot of decluttering in the relationships. When we start to heal and raise our frequency with relationship stuff, when we're balancing that scale, it's okay. I need to say one of the first things usually with people pleasing is making sure we're not doing it. I don't know. We got to make sure we're not doing it. We got to make sure we're saying no when we really mean no. Or, if you get asked about being part of something and you just already have a full plate and you just can't do it anymore. Like, no, I can't do it. Taking a break when you need to. One of the hardest things that I have found to do for myself with that, I'm very committed to the work that I do and I put out there. I mean, I've been doing this, but I'll sometimes feel, oh, I really need a break. I can't, I need some time. It's very hard to take a break. We grew up in a time where you don't take off work unless you're so sick, but then they want you to go to, I've never understood this. And then you go to work and you get everybody else sick. How does that make sense? But that's what happens out there in the workforce. I know, been there, done that. And, I get that. That's like an example of that. But, no. I feel energy healing is really making a mark, and it's really starting to become a strong point in people's lives because it directly works with the spiritual side of us, the soul side of us. All that consciousness, all of that stuff that we hold on to in energy through our entire body. This is just like a holding tank. Your body will tell you. Absolutely. I mean, if you got something going on in like your hands or something, you need to address that. You go, what are you trying to tell me? What are your hands? That's just a good example. What are your hands? Well, one of them, your dominant hand, is what you give out to the world. And your non-dominant hand is what you receive from the world. Which one is it? That's just an example. So we could go through all kinds of examples like that. But, the challenging people, the people pleasing like she's talking about, I'm noticing that things that used to be the emotional manipulating or the people pleasing, and you can just feel they don't really mean what they're saying. They're being polite, they're being cordial. You have to allow people that. When you start to wake up your intuitive gifts, you're going to notice things like that more. Psychics, mediums, trust me, that was one of the worst things for me to have tolerance with, because you can feel everything. You can feel what they really mean and what they're saying is not matching. Yeah, that's a little joke here in my house. Like, what you're saying is not matching what I feel, the frequency you are, And, they're like, oh, because they're just trying to keep the peace. However, we don't want to be afraid to be honest and open and find new ways to communicate with one another. That will have a little bit of give and take, because not everybody's going to know how to do that at the beginning. And we have to give, that's where grace comes in. Remember Archangel Haniel that I was talking about a couple weeks ago? Grace comes in because we give them that grace to give them that space where they're learning in their journey while we're working in ours. We still say no if we need to, but they may not understand it and they may get upset. And that's where we have to let go of where they are with it. Okay, and I know that's where you'll be practicing, and that's how that identifies. So everything around us is changing. Everything, all of the above, it's just changing. One of the things that will help you a lot with this, with the manifesting, because it's strong around this moon, is really think about what you want to bring into your life. So Yuri, here you go on the manifesting part. So if there's something you're ready for, you need to start working on that. I love working with the I ams. Okay, so say you want to be healthy. Instead of saying I am sick and tired, you say I am healthy and thriving. You say it like it's already been done. Whatever you're saying behind I am is what you're claiming as an affirmation to the universe, whether it's positive or negative. I love those because you have your I am with you everywhere you go. And you're explaining who you are and what you are saying. It's interesting because in the last few years, we've been going through a little bit of flux where it's not just as much an I as a we, as a group connection, but you want to have your I in place first to be a part of the group in a healthy way. Okay, so just because somebody else is all group oriented and they seem to get it all together and you're still over here, that doesn't mean you're behind. It just means you need to get that in place. Okay, and you'll find that you have to do both, back and forth, just like that. This is a balancing of the scales. Balancing of the scales. This is you want to ask yourself, what is it that I want to create? With the manifesting side of this moon, what do I want to create? What do I want to learn? What do I want to bring into my life? Bring something new in. Make sure you've made room for it. Remember that. I've had a lot of people ask me, how can I attract a relationship? Like, I want a romantic relationship. Well, you need to look around and see if you've made room, okay? And if you don't have room, I think you really have to look at this individually. And that's just an example, but that's an easy one to go with. But it could be like you're trying to financially support your family. You could be trying to financially support your purpose, your passion. What is it you're trying to do? You want to be clear with that. This moon, spend some time in the next week or two, and honestly, the next week to 2 weeks, really contemplating, really evaluating, giving yourself time to be present in your now. Now listen up, guys. This is what you want to do. Listen up for where do you want to be and where are you actually? Have you achieved that goal this year that you wanted? If it's a yes, no, almost there, got a little bit more I want to do. Keep going. Don't let something like, oh, I've done really well, but there's only 3 months left, and I've got 8 months of stuff I want to get done in that. It's not going to work, so I'm just not going to try. Don't do that. I'm going to call you out right now. I know I could hear that. Why could I hear that out there? Somebody was thinking something like that. But you don't want to, if you have a year's worth left to do, to be on your goal, and you still only have 3 months, you still want to go for it. You don't want to stop. Don't let that hold you back. Don't let that make you stop. It really matters. Your intention, your enthusiasm, your effort, you applying yourself with what you want to manifest puts a lot of good brownie points in there for you with the universe to really help you bring it to fruition. Okay? That's what you want to do. Absolutely. So, remember, don't quit. Don't quit. I'm going to take a quick break and then we're going to come back. I totally missed one of them, but we're going to take a quick break before we finish up the show. Right before I go, though, I'm seeing, oh, you're welcome, Yuri. He's saying, thank you so much. Love the way you explain that. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad that works. I would give that a go. Paula is saying, you are bang on with letting go of what no longer works, Jen. I've reached a zero tolerance level over the past few months and have let go of all relationships that no longer work for me. That's a big one, Paula, and good on you, because that's a lot of work to do. And then you're giving yourself a lot of space to bring in what does match where you want to be. Paula's saying, thank you for this validation. The journey to becoming me. Can you use your I ams on other people? Well, it's an I am, not a you am. So, no, the I ams are about you. So you want to keep them there. You are happy. You are on a beautiful spiritual path. I see where you're going with that, that is like a prayer for someone. You are wishing that, a blessing to them. So you're talking more about that in relation. Your I ams are more about what you want to claim to the universe in your affirmation. But you are beautiful on a beautiful spiritual path is sending a beautiful, loving blessing to someone. So absolutely you can do that. You are able to bring light with others instead of taking away. Okay. The journey to becoming me. My tolerance is struggling. Tolerance is a big spiritual symptom of awakening. Yes. It's very much one of the main indicators that you are ready to raise your frequency and move on. You don't want to be in that anymore. I'm noticing it too. There's a couple things that I've been feeling like that with too. And it's like, you know what? No, I am here. I came here for a reason. I don't want to keep getting sidetracked by it. Do you feel like that? Yeah, I'm going to stop there because I have to take a quick break. When we come back, I'll go back over to the chat. Keep writing in there, guys, and I'm going to catch it up. I'm Dr. Jen. You're listening to the Jenn Royster Show. We will be right back after the break.
Tune in to the Jenn Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life. This amazing show is an inspirational hour that will take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jenn is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Call in for intuitive readings and visit JennRoyster.com for more information.
Okay, we're in the last segment. I'm going to move fast because I'm getting short on time. So quickly, to wrap up over in the chat, let's see. The journey to becoming radiant, she says her tolerance is struggling. Yep, like I said, that's normal. It is for a lot of us. Maybe my ability to give grace needs some work. Usually, yes, we're working on that side. Karma turns to grace. We're just allowing people in their space and we're not taking it personally as much. That helps with the tolerance too. They're not doing it to us. They're just in their space doing what they do, not aware most of the time. Yuri is asking, who are the archangels most helpful in manifesting and creating? Gabriel is fantastic for creative works, for artists, musicians, anything like that, any new project. Also, Raziel is a manifesting angel. You want to look into that. Paula's clarifying, when I finally let go, it was a complete release. The struggle that I felt before letting go was brutal. I felt so much more peace in my life. Honestly, like a weight is gone. Absolutely beautiful. Jules, I got you. That's okay. We're getting ready to take that. We're going to talk to Jules. And Paula, I am worthy of wonderful relationships and know this now. Awesome. Now, let's bring Jules on.
Yeah, we have Jules from Florida. Welcome to the show.
Hi, great to talk to you, Dr. Jenn. Thank you so much.
Hi. Well, great. You just moved right over from the chat and call. I'm glad you called in. So, okay, tell me what you want to talk about because we only have a few minutes. I want to make sure we get it in.
Right. Okay. So, like I said in the chat, I'm purging and I've gone through a lot of household goods and I'm wanting to move. I had talked to you once before about moving to Kansas City. Archangel Uriel said, was I doing it because it was my heart's desire or because out of obligation because somebody else wanted me to? So I've had the conversation with my daughter and everything was resolved and very harmoniously. So I feel like relieved about that, and I told her that I was going to remain in Florida. So my question is I would appreciate insights around this move. This will be a new beginning. I'm considering Clearwater or St. Pete or Sarasota, and I will need to find affordable housing and employment. So that's my question.
Oh. Well,
I tried to make it quick.
Oh, no, you did. Okay, so you're moving from another location in Florida. Is that what you're
over by Disney.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, well, you're just going a little bit. I mean, that's in the middle. I mean, it only takes an hour and a half to get all the way across. So, okay. I feel you will find exactly what you're looking for. It feels like it might be close to I feel Clearwater a little bit more, but it feels like it might be in a little bit. But I feel, honestly, any of those areas are all in the same spot. I don't feel further south as much as I felt the Clearwater or around in that location. I just felt like I was leaning. Let me put it this way. When I'm picking up your energy, I'm feeling, okay, I am becoming you for a moment. What feels right? Where do I feel like I'm leaning? And I'm asking angels for that. I felt the more of the lean that way. You might work in St. Pete, but live in Clearwater. You don't know. You might, but it could go either way, but there's such a big area over there that there's I know the area well. I know that I feel like that place near the sponges is going to be a neat place for you. I can't remember the name of it. It's like a Greek, just look into it. I can't remember the name of it. There's a place it's a Greek. Yeah. I don't know. There's something about that. I know what you're talking about. That area just feels like Harbor. Something. It's like a Greek fishing area, and it's sponges. It's over in that area somewhere, and I can't recall the name of it. I apologize for people that might be from there, but I just feel that area. It's bringing a peacefulness to me when I am connecting with your energy. I also felt a big sigh of relief from your energy field when you said you were getting everything harmoniously resolved with your daughter. Like, it was just such a huge relief. Because
yes, it was huge.
I also felt that getting closer to the water for you, you really aren't away from water in Florida, honestly, but you're moving that way. I feel that that's going to be an energy releasement for you. It's really going to help balance you. So you don't have to live right on the beach. I'm not saying do that, but I'm saying you're going to want to frequent areas like that, like this place with the sponges. I don't know, that place is just really calling out, wanting me to bring that up to you. And I'm asking the angels, it's more of a guardian angel, Archangel Michael, like protective for you, but also a place where you can expand and grow and raise your frequency, and happiness, peacefulness come in. So that's what I'm feeling. And I don't know if that's what you were asking, but they've got me very sidetracked with sponges.
Yeah, I actually checked out that area last year. I was looking like Dunedin, Palm Harbor, and it's like the next town up from Palm Harbor. I know exactly, because I went there. They had like a seafood festival I went to.
Yes.
But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's a Greek, kind of founded by a Greek community, I believe. But it's really...
Yes.
There's something about that area that it's got something that will help lift your frequency and be very healing for you. Maybe it's the people you'll meet there. It's just an energy, but I really think you need to look a little bit more into it. And I can't for the life of me remember the name of it. I just know it's all about the sponges. And I know. Yeah. I'm thinking that's kind of interesting. But this is a very positive time for you. Now, one of the things I want to bring up that's being brought to my attention for you is don't let it overwhelm you having it all. Okay, they're being very specific. Don't try to plan the entire thing out perfectly before you take one step. You're going to make a plan. You have like a long-term plan, then you'll have short-term plans, and then you'll start to move in that direction. For example, the universe will respond with, okay, you want to move. Do you have stuff you need to let go of and clear out and not take with you, for example? Like, how much can you just either give away, donate, sell, release that energy? Because all those items, all those objects, they hold energy. Are they holding an old energy that is no longer going to help? When you go through your house and you start packing or you start doing that, you're going to hold every single item, whether it's a piece of furniture, clothing, jewelry, whatever, a book, whatever. Is it where you're going? Is it where you want to be now? Or is it taking you backwards? And some of the stuff is like, oh, but that's still a good piece. Maybe I should keep it. Well, but the energy isn't good. You might find that too. So I find that I need to tell you that. I felt a little bit of a nudge to tell you that, but you're going to do great. You're going to have your challenges just like anybody else with a move. Don't expect everything to go perfectly, but don't be afraid to take a step. It's time to start moving. It's just time to start taking action. Even if you're not moving till next spring, it's time to start taking action, clearing out and getting rid of things now where you are. That's what I'm hearing. And now I've just given you a lot of work to do. But
yes. Yeah, I've definitely done a lot of purging, like 3 carloads of stuff I've purged. So I'm...
Oh, see, okay, yeah.
Taking that action, as you say.
Absolutely. And you're not so far away to, you're a 45, 50-minute drive from where you're wanting to go and look for different things you want to do there or settle or get to know the areas very well. But on that, you have a lot to look forward to. I feel spring is going to be a big active time for you in this. I think it's already starting now, but spring, it's going to feel a lot different than it does now. Let me put it that way. But other than that, I have to go. We're running out of time. But thank you, Jules, for calling in. And please keep us posted on how it all goes. Absolutely.
So much.
All right. You're welcome. Bye-bye. Wow. Guys, I know, great show. I've enjoyed hanging out and chatting with you. Shadana saying, this was me this time last year before moving to Arizona. Shadana, she contemplated that for a while before she finally took the plunge, and I'm so proud of her. But let me tell you what, guys, I'm proud of every single one of you. I'm proud that you're showing up and you're researching, you're learning, you're finding new ways to expand your consciousness. That's what it's all about. I love you. We got to go. We're out of time, and I will see you next week. We're going to talk about October next week on the Jenn Royster Show. Namaste.
You've been listening to the Jenn Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life. Remember to tune in each Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific and 11 a.m. Eastern Time on transformationtalkradio.com. Dr. Jenn Royster is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Imagine having the ability to use your innate positive energy to dissolve the stuckness in your life, whether it's emotional, physical, or spiritual, through this incredible dynamic show. If you've missed any part of this show or any other show, visit www.jennroyster.com and transformationtalkradio.com.